Hi everyone, welcome to a video on long division. So in this little video, we're just going to have a bit of a look at what division is, a bit of a recap on short division and how those skills then translate over to long division. So remember when we are dividing, we are trying to make groups, okay? So for example, 8 divided by 2 means, how can I put my 8 things into 2 groups? Or how many times does 2 go into 8? So with this in mind, we're going to start looking at short division again, just very quickly, and using those processes for long division. So short division, we've got a bit of a new notation here. So we've got 8 divided by 4, where 4 is the divisor, or you could read it as how many times does 4 go into 8? So we know 4 goes into 8 2 times, but we need to check if there is a remainder. So we times the 2 and the 4 together and we put him down there. So 2 times 4 is 8. And we're doing a column subtraction. So 8 minus 8 is 0. So there is no remainder. Okay. This process is really, really important when there is actually remainders. So let's have a look at this example here. So how many times does 3 go into 7? Now, 3 doesn't evenly go into 7, does it? Because we've got 3, and then we've got 6, and then we've got 9. But 6 is almost 7, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. Now, 2 times 3 is 6, so we put that under our 7, and we subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1, so this is my remainder here. So we've got 7 divided by 3 is 2, remainder 1, okay? So this idea of short division is what we are going to use to solve our long division, okay? So long division problems will look something like this. Now, I do want you to get into the habit of taking a divisor and just writing down a few multiples of that. So multiples are our times tables, basically. So take 3 as my divisor. 3 times 1 is over here. 3 times 2 is 6, so this is my times 2. My times 3 will give me 9, and my times 4 will give me 12, okay? It's not 3 times 1, 6 times 2, 9 times 3. This is 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4. Now, let's have a look at this process with 726 divided by 3. Now, how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, up here, we said that was 2. Now we multiply 2 by 3 and we put him under the 7, so we've got 6. Now let's do this subtraction. We're left with 1. Now, in the question above, we put that remainder up here, but we've actually got some digits that we haven't divided by. So what we need to do, we need to bring this 2 down to here. So we actually get 12, okay? Now we look at how many times does 3 go into 12? Well, over here, we've got 12 here, so we know it goes in 4 times. So we put a 4 there. Now, just like before, when we did 2 times 3, we now do 4 times 3. 4 times 3 we know is 12. We just did that. When we subtract that off, nice straight line there, we get 0. Okay, so now we bring down our final digit down to here. Now, how many times does 3 go into 6? Well, looking over here, it goes in 2 times. Now, let's just check if we have a remainder. 2 times 3 is 6. When we subtract that, we get 0. So there is no remainder in this question. So 726 divided by 3 is 242. But what happens when this number at the front, this divisor, is not a single digit number? What happens if it's a double digit number? What do we do then? Well, let's have a look at that process. So over here, I've gone ahead and done quite a few multiples, and you'll see why in a little bit. But 23 times 1 is 23. 23 times 2 is 46. 23 times 3 is 69, and so on. So when we are looking at double digits, we need to look at how many times 23 goes into my number here. So we start with the same process. How many times does 23 go into 4? Well, it can't actually go into 4 because 23 is a bigger number than 4. So we need to look at combining the 4 with the next digit. So we look at 47. How many times does 23 go into 47? Well, let's go over to our little multiples chart. 46 is almost 47, and that's 2 times. So we put our 2 here. Now, it's important that we put our 2 above the second digit that we're working with or the third digit, depending, okay? Really important that we put our digit in the right spot. Now, 2 times 23, so doing our top number times by our divisor, that gives me 46, so you put 46 there. Now, 47 take away 46 gives me 1. All right, and then remember in the example before, we brought down this 8. Now, how many times does 23 go into 18? Well, that's right, it doesn't, because 23 is actually a bigger number than 18 as well. So in this case, we need to bring down our 9 as well. Now, what that means, we have to put a 0 here because we didn't actually use this term by itself. We've had to bring the 9, so we put a little 0 there. Now we look at how many times 23 goes into 189. Over here, and this is why I've gone all the way down to times by 8, we see 184, which is nearly 189. So we know that is 8 times 23, so we put an 8 there. Now 8 times 23 is 184, and we subtract that off. Now 189 minus 184 is just 5. Now that is my remainder. So 4,789 divided by 23 is 208, remainder 5. I hope this video has been super helpful. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.